Hello, my name is Sania Shahid. I'm pleased to be sharing my research on messaging opportunities through digital piracy networks. Belarus is among the world's worst countries in political and social media censorship. It is also one of the largest markets for digital piracy per internet user. Piracy is the unlicensed distribution and consumption of copyrighted movies and television shows. Pirated materials are distributed through peer-to-peer websites and downloading channels. So far, most analysis of piracy is focused on how to stop piracy. And in this focus, we fail to notice it as an opportunity. Piracy is inevitable. Content on these sites is easy to manipulate, available on unregulated or underregulated sectors of the internet, and incredibly engaging. Most importantly, audiences that engage in piracy are ones that civil society organizations have failed to reach through alternative platforms. The motivations for distributing pirated material are clear. Piracy is immensely profitable. The first way that digital pirates make money is by selling advertisements on their websites, either through larger advertising networks like Google AdSense or direct deals with companies. Secondly, many piracy websites offer memberships to their users. These memberships provide benefits such as advertisement-free viewing and have roped in roughly 9 million broadband subscribers in just the US. Pirates also make money by mining bitcoins. Bitcoin is a type of cryptocurrency that must be digitally mined, which requires a computer's processing power. Pirates get this power by hacking their users' operating systems and downloading cryptocurrency mining malware. Consumers of pirated media differ from regular consumers along lines of age and region. Low and middle income countries like Georgia, Ukraine, and Belarus rank among the highest in per internet consumption of pirated films and television shows. Younger age groups, usually individuals between 18 to 24 years, are more likely to participate, with older users becoming more common as piracy is normalized. A variety of factors lead individuals to visit piracy sites. First, paywalls. Streaming and downloading pirated media allows individuals to avoid paywalls. Even when consumers have bought subscription services, many popular titles require additional subscriptions. Second, region locks. Most over-the-top streaming services like HBO and Hulu are not available beyond the United States and Europe. Third, censorship. Streaming services like Netflix and Amazon Prime have removed specific episodes in response to government demands. For instance, Netflix removed an episode of the show Patriot Act upon the host's criticism of Mohammed bin Salman. Fourthly, national norms. Some consumers engage in piracy because it is accepted as a common practice and is not energetically discouraged by local governments. And lastly, open access supporters. Many suppliers and consumers believe that pirating content is a form of activism against corporations and governments. Digital piracy should be discouraged. However, it is unlikely to disappear given the nature of digital technology. Three primary factors ensure the resilience of digital piracy. First, the ease of distributing and copying digital media. Piracy websites acquire content from mainstream media sources. While Google and YouTube have taken steps to combat piracy on their platforms, through a simple Google search, viewers can still access pirated content on illegal websites. Second, as quickly as authorities shut down a piracy website, providers create a new website to meet consumer demand. Popular piracy websites like Pirate Bay have been removed multiple times, but quickly reappear after being rebranded and re-uploaded. Third, anonymity through virtual private networks. VPNs hide IP addresses, making it more difficult for law enforcement agencies to trace activity back to pirates. VPNs have aided piracy by increasing the security users and pirates feel when participating in illegal activities online. Digital media piracy is highly resilient and likely to persist in spite of law enforcement efforts. While digital piracy should be combated, piracy websites could also be a valuable tool for messaging by civil society organizations precisely because they're resilient and popular. Civil society groups can use piracy websites to transmit messages to vulnerable and underserved populations in several ways. First, through advertisements. Groups can target their messages by pairing advertisements with movies and television shows that are likely to be watched by viewers with specific regional and demographic characteristics. Second, civil society groups, like other businesses that advertise on piracy websites, can pay to have pre-movie trailers attached to streamed content. For example, an NGO could use a pre-movie trailer to heighten breast cancer awareness in countries where the topic is taboo. Third, cinematic filters. Media companies use cinematic filters in movie theaters to discourage recording. The filters contain messages invisible to the human eye in theaters, but visible on recordings. Messages usually consist of copyright warnings. However, groups can use technology to transmit other types of messages, or QR codes that direct viewers to websites. Information dissemination through piracy networks is an overlooked tool for civil society groups to communicate with vulnerable or marginalized audiences. Large numbers of young adults living in authoritarian societies with significant censorship frequent piracy websites. Piracy websites are highly resilient and unlikely to disappear. Until they do, these sites are a channel through which civil society organizations can promote human rights, provide public service information, create spaces for dissent, and explore advocacy through entertainment. Thank you.